Fearless Disease.
Politics lead, Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is getting into the Texas Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate with the help of President Trump. Well, here's her new campaign launch video.
She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Now they're going to rely on Crockett. Crockett's going to bring them back.
The news comes after former Congressman Colin Allred dropped out of the race this morning. My panel's here to discuss. Karen, what do you think of that launch video?
I love it. Good for her. It's different, right? I mean, this is in this media environment, you got to break through, and that's one way to break through. And she clearly understands, at least to start in a primary, right? You got to raise money. And how do you raise money? You raise money by saying, this is the guy we're going to be fighting against, right? So I thought it was great. I love it.
And
don't listen to Karen, man. Fearless Disease, fam. Today we expose the truth they hate to hear. Like right now, if you are ready, don't listen to Karen. That's why her name is Karen. This is the dumbest promotion for a candidacy. Crockett this is horrible. Her having a picture with a face full of makeup, hearing voices of Trump saying what she really is, one of the worst candidates they can do here in Texas, and it's not a good look. You trying to do the psychology method of playing all the clips of what he says about her is just not going to work. The numbers are nowhere near close to the House, the people voting for somebody like her. She's it's not gonna look good for Texas. I don't know why he dropped out, and now they put in Crockett to be in the front runners for the seat here in Texas. I'm flabbergasted right now. Let's just continue to hear this right now.
She looks gorgeous, by the way.
Here's what former Congressman Allred,
of course, she said, yeah, her hair and her makeup looks gorgeous. So stop listening to Karen over there on CNN.
Former NFL player told CNN's Dana Bash earlier today about his decision to withdraw his bid for Senate and run for a House seat instead. Take a listen.
Jasmine Crockett is very openly considering running. Is that part of why you decided to not run anymore?
Yeah, of course it is. And I think, listen, Jasmine's a friend of mine, and we've served together. And I've known her since before we were both, in elected office. But it was about the fact that with, three strong candidates running, that we would certainly have a runoff.
So this does leave the Democratic primary field open right now, pretty much between State Representative James Tallarico, who we had on the show last week, and now Congresswoman Crockett. Who do you think will be the stronger Democrat to take on the Republican? And it's not just a throwaway because it's Texas, because it does look like the Republicans in Texas are not going to stick with their incumbent Senator John Cornyn, and they're going to go with a guy who's got a lot more baggage.
It's probably going to be Ken Paxton. I'd be surprised if Cornyn figured out a way to pull it out, the hat out of the bag, as they say. But I was talking to someone who's close to the Congresswoman, and they made two interesting points to me. If it is Ken Paxton, they personally believe that Jasmine Crockett, according to some early internal data, would be a more superior candidate than Tallarico. Two, Texas has the largest number of black voters of any southern state, which I actually did not know. I was just made aware of this. Yeah. And so they're looking at those dynamics and they're saying, hey, we think we could have a competitive opportunity to potentially win the state. Now, as a conservative, I am a bit worried about Paxton. I think we should stick with Cornyn. That would be in our best interest. But it doesn't appear to be what Texas voters want, Jake. And so if that's the decision that they choose, it's going to be a tough race ahead.
Well, let's talk about that. The polls on the Republican side, recent polls show the incumbent Senator John Cornyn. He's running behind Attorney General Paxton and Congressman Wesley Hunt, who is something of a conservative firebrand as well. How do you see all the math on this? I mean, there is an argument to be made that maybe Democrats should go with a more centrist candidate if the seat is actually up for grabs. I'm not saying I'm making it.
No, agreed.
No, stop acting like a punk. They're right. They shouldn't go with Crockett. I mean, she's too widespread. She cares about celebrity. She cares about other things rather than the people, and actually talking about the truth. Trump wasn't lying when she said that she was low IQ. I don't think she's low IQ. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say she's low IQ, but she does. Her PR team is horrible at promoting her. She could be very smart. She wouldn't be there unless she's particularly kind of smart. She went to college. She has degrees. She has what it takes. But when you go the route of trying to be like somebody else, which is Trump, trying to outspoken, trying to jab back at people, it just doesn't go the right way with a particular audience. And the Democrats are not good at that. Can't mimic people and try to be like the original. So it's not going to land well with people at all. They don't like the representation of what Crockett is doing. And I think this is just a publicity stunt for her to get more followers.
Agreed. And look, that is going to be what you hear from, I would argue, probably the party committees, right? Because they like to play it safe. But here's the thing about someone like a Jasmine Crockett. Number one, she is going to excite new voters and potentially, depending upon how they're thinking about the race, take a look at the state and say, how do I get those black voters who aren't voting, who aren't registered? Let's get them registered. Let's get them engaged. Let's do the same thing with Latino voters. Meanwhile, on the Republican side, it feels like, I mean, to say Ken Paxton has baggage is a very generous way to say it, right? And so the Republican side is going to have a conversation about, well, which do we want? What do we want to defend? The status quo, the baggage? What are we doing here? And particularly in an era where, let's be clear, Republicans are going to have a tough year next year. The economy is not necessarily going to get better. Inflation is still high. The cost that people are spending right now at Christmas time, running up their credit card debt, is going to hit them next year. So it's going to be a tough year for Republicans.
So, Michael, what is the problem with Cornyn? He's a very conservative Republican. He's an establishment figure by now. Why is the MAGA base against him?
I think that Paxton, for a lot of MAGA voters in Texas, appear more closely aligned with President Trump in terms of his rhetoric. But I will add, even individuals like Chris LaCivita, co-campaign chair or co-campaign manager of the president's recent presidential campaign, he's even been on X talking pretty relentlessly about the need for Republicans to support Cornyn over Paxton and over the congressman. I mean, I think he's even said a couple of weeks ago the congressman should just get out of the race all together. Wesley Hunt. Yeah. And so it shows you that even those close to the president recognize the importance of this seat. They don't want to give Paxton the opportunity to lose the seat to someone like Jasmine Crockett. And I know there's a lot that one could say about the Congresswoman on my side, but I do not underestimate her at all. I think she is very articulate in terms of her political skills, and her ability to mobilize voters, black and Hispanics, is something that as a Republican strategist, I am watching.
Where are Democrats on whether they have...
They can think that all they want. Listening to Karen again, they throw emotional words out and words that are true, but they don't look at the full aspects. Talking about Republicans are going to do really bad next year. Well, American people are going to do real bad because the Republicans are in office, saying that inflation is going to be up. Number one, inflation was at the highest when Biden was in. It's still up when Trump is in right now, but it's not as high. So she's already wrong about that. She thinks that when Crockett gets in, she thinks it's going to get in. It's going to make the economy a lot better. No, it's going to give a lot of free things and increase inflation back to where Biden was. It's not going to happen. But it's good talk. It makes you feel good. It's a very emotional race that they're going to run, and it's going to continue to run. But in all actuality, it's not going to happen, and it doesn't make sense for the American people. Let me know what you think in the description. We already have our the full video. I'm going to put it in the bottom. Let us know what you think. Smash that like, tap. The next video is going to be on the screen. Subscribe, hit that bell. Also, what's in the description is our Cash App link. If you support the movement, go ahead and hit it. It's Fearless Disease. See you on the next one. Stay rich and stay fearless.